evening. You're joining us live here on 6 p.m. Prime here on India Today. I'm Akshita Nandagopal. I'm here in Hyderabad, and of course I will get you all the updates on the aftermath after results day. What's happening here in Telangana? There's still a question mark on who will be the Chief Minister. That comes your way at 6:30. But first, for the next 30 minutes, I want to focus on what's happening in the city of Chennai. Memories, nightmares of 2015 being relived by the people of Chennai as a result of a cyclone passing very close to the Chennai coast. The latest live reports, ground updates coming your way over the next 30 minutes, followed by Telangana updates. A look at the headlines first. After BJP sweep in 3 states, suspense grows over kaun banega Chief Minister. Rajasthan BJP leaders meet Amit Shah in Delhi. Vasundhara Raje gathers 20 MLAs in Jaipur. A day after Congress dropping in the 3 assembly elections, India bloc allies blame Congress for the poor show. Mamata Banerjee to skip the Team India meet on December 6th. Congress holds CLP meet in Hyderabad day after huge mandate for them. Revanth Reddy likely to emerge as the top contender for CM choice, but High Command will take final call. It's a standing ovation for Prime Minister Modi in Parliament after a 3-1 sweep by BJP in the heartland in elections. Prime Minister Modi sends out big message to opposition, says don't vent your frustration inside Parliament.
का गुस्सा निकालने की योजना बनाने के बजाय इस पराजय में से सीख करके पिछले 9 साल से चलाई गई नकारात्मकता की प्रवृत्ति को छोड़ करके इस सत्र में अगर सकारात्मकता के साथ आगे बढ़ेंगे तो देश उनके तरफ देखने का दृष्टिकोण बदलेगा.
At PM sweeps the Mizoram elections. Zoramthanga resigns as Chief Minister. Lal Dahoma set to be the next CM. In tragic news, 2 IAF pilots killed in trainer aircraft crash. IAF's Pilatus trainer crashes in Telangana. Pilots include an instructor and a cadet. Cyclone Migjom has led to unbelievable and unprecedented rainfall in the city of Chennai. It's brought back memories of what happened in 2015 as Chennaites have been for the last 24 hours without power, many of them unable to step out of their homes, most low-lying areas completely inundated, and shocking images coming in of cars being swept away in apartments that lie bang on the lake bed. These are in places like Mallikarjun Kharge and other such pockets. It's led to questions about whether the administration did enough to prepare for this monsoon. But remember that this is also nature's wrath. So there's only so much the administration can do in the face of this kind of a rain-bearing cyclone. We'll talk about whether this is similar to 2015, whether Chennai has received more rainfall now than in 2015. We'll give you that data in just a bit. But first, take a look at all that's happened in the last few hours. What's the situation in Chennai?
Heavy rains, gusty winds, waterlogged roads. Chennai and its suburbs are bracing for Cyclone Migjom. The cyclone is expected to make landfall between Nellore and Machilipatnam in southern Andhra Pradesh by Tuesday noon. But the rains that precede the landfall have brought Tamil Nadu's capital city down on its knees. Many residential areas are inundated. Citizens could be seen wading through knee-deep water. Cars floated like boats on waterlogged stretch.
We are currently reporting from outside the Chennai Corporation headquarters, and very interesting and very concerning. In fact, you can see how the Chennai Corporation building itself is flooded. You can see the kind of water levels. Just look at those cars. So you can imagine the kind of water levels that are there at this point in time. And this is the Chennai Corporation headquarters. So you can imagine the rest of the city as well, how flooded it must be. And that is what is the real concern at this point in time. There's just no respite from rains. It's been pounding heavily in Chennai and the neighbouring districts of Chennai.
Water entered 2 government hospitals in Krompet area and Chennai, affecting healthcare services. Heavy downpour impacted traffic in the city. Operations at the Chennai International Airport were affected. Several flights were cancelled and many flights diverted. The Met Department has predicted heavy rains for Chennai and adjoining regions for 24 hours. The waterlogging has brought back memories of 2015 floods that crippled Chennai. The government has advised citizens to stay indoors. The National Disaster Response Force teams have been rushed to the landfall area. Over 21 teams are deployed to Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Puducherry. 8 teams are on standby. Over 18,000 police personnel are on the ground in Chennai. Medical response teams are on standby for any emergency. With Shibimol KG and Shilpa Nair in Chennai, Bureau Report, India Today.
Let me take this across to Shilpa Nair, who's been braving the situation in the city to get us constant updates from the ground and travelling across Chennai to tell you what the situation is in different pockets of the city. She joins us live right now from Mount Road in Chennai. Shilpa, good evening. Mount Road is, part of the heart of Chennai. And what I've been noticing from all the reports that you've sent us is that even these parts of Chennai, which usually don't get waterlogged, are completely underwater. So you can only imagine what the situation is in low-lying areas, particularly in those buildings which are close to lakes and in marshland.
Well, yes, Akshita. In fact, I want to apologize to our viewers. The power suddenly went off, and that is the situation, across Chennai. There's no power, and that is the reason why the screen, of course, just went blank. But as far as the situation in Chennai is concerned, it's quite concerning because even now, even as we're speaking, there is heavy rains that's pounding the city, and not just Chennai, but even the neighboring districts, Chengalpet, Tiruvallur, Kanchipuram, etc. And for that reason, there's massive flooding in all these 4 districts, and there is no, the biggest challenge for the Chennai Corporation and the Tamil Nadu government officials is the fact that the rains are simply not stopping. The cyclone is said to be looping and it's not moving forward towards the Andhra Pradesh side. So that is the reason why it is still close to the Chennai coast, and that is bringing a lot of rains. That's dumping a lot of rains in Chennai, Kanchipuram, Tiruvallur and Chengalpet. And the government, of course, has now declared a public holiday tomorrow for all these 4 districts, and even for the public, the private establishments and offices. The State Disaster Management Authority has advised them to allow their employees to work from home because the situation is simply dangerous for people to venture out unnecessarily. There's massive flooding on the streets. Water has entered homes. There are strong winds. Trees are falling. Branches of trees are falling. So all of this is happening on ground, and that is the reason why the government believes it's best for people to stay indoors, and if at all they require assistance, helpline numbers have been given, especially for Chennai Corporation. Helpline numbers have been publicized so that anything that they need, they can get in touch with the officials. But that, of course, is simply not enough because what we're seeing is it's getting really difficult for the people of Chennai because water levels are rising and the water is simply not draining from the streets. Now, what we're given to understand is that there is a high tide, so that, of course, means leads to a lesser rate of water draining out from the street. Another reason is because several water outlets, several water bodies in and around Chennai is already full. It's brimming. So the water from the streets have no place to go to, and that is the reason why it's simply not draining out. So the rains will have to subside for the water to recede, and that is not happening. It was predicted that it could, of course,
if the worst is over as far as the rainfall is concerned. So that's the first point, if you could throw light on. Secondly, Shilpa, you've covered these kind of monsoons before. Is this the worst Chennai has seen, especially comparing to 2015?
Akshita, I was not able to hear your question, and I'm sorry that the visuals are quite dark because there is again a power cut. Across Chennai, there is power cuts because the electricity department has cut off power in multiple areas because the water levels, of course, have gone up, and because of the strong winds, they do not want cable lines to get snapped. That is also another reason. So power is out in most of the localities, and that, of course, is causing a lot of inconvenience for the public because most of them are indoors and they have no access to electricity, and you know the kind of troubles that it can cause. Now, as far as the alert is concerned, even tomorrow, going by the situation, the IMD has predicted a landfall of the cyclone near South Andhra Pradesh coast. Now, when will that happen? There is no clarity as yet. It was initially predicted that it could happen around 4 noon. But considering the fact the cyclone is now looping and it's not moving as fast as they had predicted it, we'll have to wait and see what the recent update from IMD would be. But the situation is quite concerning. In fact, I am at Mount Road. This is one of the major arterial roads in the city. Even for us to go to do ground reports, to show our viewers the extent of flooding in Chennai, it's simply not possible because most of the roads are now flooded and access to those roads have completely been cut off, and that is the reason why even we are not able to move freely around the city. At least 13 subways in Chennai have been shut because water has completely entered those subways. Train services have been cancelled. So many train services have been cancelled. Over 150 of them have been cancelled, and that is the reason why a lot of passengers are stranded at the Chennai Central Railway Station as well. Flight also, as far as the Chennai airport is concerned, the runway operations have been suspended till 11 p.m. this night, and later this evening they'll be taking a call on whether they should be resuming services. But going by the weather conditions, it's unlikely. Going by the fact that water levels are rising across the city, it looks unlikely. But again, we'll have to wait for an update from Chennai airport authorities on that. So what is essentially happening is life coming to a standstill in Chennai, reminding us of the grim picture, reminding us of the grim tragedy that took place in 2015. The only hope and prayer at this point in time by everyone in Chennai and in the neighboring districts is for these rains to stop and for the water to recede and for life to come back to normal.
Very true. Shilpa, take care, be careful out there. We know how challenging it can be for you to report in those conditions. As Shilpa's been telling us, there's been no power for at least 24 hours and counting now. It doesn't look like it's going to come on anytime now. The administration obviously taking the step as a precautionary measure as well. There's been no let-up of the rain. This cyclone that we're talking about, Migjom, is more of a rain-bearing cyclone. In some cases, the systems have stronger winds. In this case, it's got more rain than really strong winds. But I want to cut across to breaking news coming in right now with the situation as it stands in coastal Tamil Nadu, particularly in Chennai. Now, Home Minister Amit Shah has confirmed that he's had a detailed conversation with Tamil Nadu Chief Minister MK Stalin on the situation at hand. Amit Shah has taken to social media to say that he's spoken to the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister as well as the Puducherry Chief Minister, and he said, and I quote, took stock of the measures taken to tackle the challenging weather conditions, assured them of all the necessary assistance from the Modi government. Adequate deployment of the NDRF has already been made. Additional teams are ready for further assistance. So Amit Shah saying that NDRF teams are already in action, which we have seen on the ground. Huge help as they've ensured that people in low-lying areas whose homes are completely filled with water are being rescued via boats. Amit Shah also confirming that if there is a need, the centre will step up the assistance that they are giving right now to the state government. This cyclone has in fact wreaked havoc in Chennai. The city is woken up this morning to in fact trees having fallen on the roads, no power, water in all sides, and there are horrifying images coming in truly of how cars have been swept away, of gushing water entering people's homes, and they have nowhere to go essentially with no power. Many of them also saying that they have no signals on their phones. They are unable to even reach out to authorities to seek for help. Unfortunately, Chennai has seen this before as well. And as a Chennaiite, I can tell you that we've borne the brunt of this almost every December. But when a cyclone like this hits, nothing really prepares you for the effect and impact that it really has on the city, literally crippling it. And it takes weeks really to emerge out of this kind of a tragedy, out of this kind of a calamity. 5 deaths have also been confirmed in Chennai as a result of this cyclone. Let's talk about all of the comments coming in, comparing this to what happened in 2015. Those memories are still so fresh in our minds. Some of those images are on your screens of what happened in 2015, comparing it to 2023. And I know it looks very similar. I know it looks as deadly as it was in 2015. But just for you and for your knowledge of how much rainfall really Chennai has received, back in 2015, it was 309 mm of rainfall. Of course, it was spread over a few days. So you had one system, then a second, then a third, bombarding the city of Chennai, which is what led to the unprecedented situation that we saw in Chennai in 2015. This time around, 2023, you've seen 209 mm of rainfall. And this system right now, this cyclone, which is moving as we speak towards the Andhra coast, is bringing more and more rainfall. So unfortunately, tonight as well, Chennai, brace yourselves for a long, long night, because what we're hearing from experts is that the system isn't really moving as fast as it should be, and that's because it's a rain-bearing cyclone. So it's kind of stagnant right now, which means that the clouds around the heart of really that cyclone is what's bringing a lot of rain right now to Chennai. And experts, authorities have said that the rainfall will continue. Maybe not the intensity that you saw last night, but there's going to be no let-up really in the rain. Let's get you some of the images that we've been getting from our reporters and from residents of Chennai that tell you really what the situation is on the ground. And let's begin by, in fact, showing you the situation in several parts of Chennai. Wind speeds picking up, heavy rains leading to trees being uprooted, and several parts of Chennai, almost every single area right now inundated. Major roads are witnessing water stagnation in Chennai. The Aranganathan subway submerged in rainwater, leading to no vehicular movement in that area. Most subways right now closed off. Due to severe waterlogging, a mugger crocodile was spotted on a road in the outskirts of Chennai. This video came to light on social media that shows the crocodile crossing the road to reach back into its water body. This could be a serious concern. Officials have warned, but they've said don't provoke the animal and it will go away from you. A word of appreciation and praise also for the officials who are working constantly on ground. This being an example, a man who fell down in a construction site after a wall collapsed was rescued by the Chennai police using ropes, and then they pulled him out. The Tamil Nadu Commander Force team is also on the ground. They've removed trees that blocked roads after heavy winds lashed Koturpuram in Chennai. They were also seen rescuing people with boats from areas completely inundated. There's water everywhere, and that's why there is all of this talk of a return of a 2015 situation. Drone images showing in Chennai how some of the worst hit areas look like right now, and there's water in all sides, leading to residents wondering when things will get back to normal. In Chennai's Velachery, multiple cars that were parked outside houses were seen floating in the waterlogged locality. Velachery is one of those places that always witnesses this kind of a deluge, and unfortunately this time too, nothing has changed. This video has come to light from Chennai's ECR, where a newly constructed wall collapsed. 2 died as a result of that. 1 has been critically injured. The problem in this kind of a storms is that every single part of Chennai gets crippled. This is the government multi-speciality hospital, completely inundated, submerged in water, so are surrounding areas. You can see in these images of an ambulance wading through the waterlogged stretch in Chennai to reach a hospital in time. It's not just Chennai, but other parts close to the city also badly affected. These images are from Tamil Nadu's Tiruvallur at the Palaverkadu beach, where there was heavy waterlogging reported. Now, I know a lot of you in Chennai watching this broadcast wondering what next, what's going to happen now, are things going to get worse? Well, most experts have said the worst is behind us, but the rainfall will continue. And let me just put out for you the forecast that's been issued in Chennai. The red alert stays not just for today, but also for tomorrow, which is why schools, offices have been shut. It's going to take time to emerge out of the situation. So the red alert remains. Do not step out of your homes unless absolutely necessary, at least if you are in a safe spot, or otherwise immediately call authorities. What about other neighboring parts of Chennai? Tiruvallur, for example, another area that's been badly affected. Heavy rainfall that's predicted tomorrow as well. So the incessant rainfall will continue. It's only a question of how heavy the spell is. Kanchipuram, again neighboring to Chennai, a red alert stays for tomorrow as well. Heavy rainfall is predicted to continue for the next 24 hours. In Chengalpet, which is close to Chennai, the red alert is for 2 days. Heavy rainfall to continue tomorrow as well. So in the city of Chennai and all neighboring areas, there is going to be rainfall tomorrow as well, is what experts have warned. And while things will slowly let up, it's going to take time for really life to come back to normal, for the water to drain off. So do not step out unless absolutely necessary. And that's clearly an advisory that's been issued by the authorities as well. All right, the cyclonic storm now, which has also in fact become a severe cyclonic storm, MIG-JOM is now moving as we speak towards Andhra. It's expected to make landfall somewhere between Nellore and Machilipatnam, but that trajectory seems to be also slightly changing because it's right now stalled. The weather system isn't moving as predicted and not moving as fast as predicted. But Andhra is bracing for the impact of this cyclone. It's expected that tomorrow Andhra will face the brunt of this cyclone. It will in fact pick up speeds of up to 100 kilometers per hour as it inches closer towards Andhra. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Revanth Reddy has been taking stock of the situation, reviewing all preparations on ground. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also had a conversation with the Andhra Chief Minister and assured that all necessary help will be given to the Andhra government to deal with this particular situation and to deal with the consequences of the cyclone hitting.
Chief Minister race begins in Telangana. Revanth Anna's eyes on poll price. High Command to choose Telangana Chief Minister. 1 chair, 3 claimants. Kaun banega Telangana Chief Minister? Top focus on 6 p.m. prime.
Hyderabad. Yes, result day is over, but the suspense continues over who will be the Chief Minister of Telangana. And let's get you breaking news that's coming in on that, the inside scoop here on India Today. And we've got a confirmation that there will be no announcement today. Instead, DK Shivakumar is now headed to Delhi, to the national capital, and taking with him the opinion of all Telangana Congress MLAs to submit it to the High Command, who will then take a decision on who will be the next Chief Minister of Telangana. Now, if the MLAs overwhelmingly have voted in favour of Revanth Reddy, then it will be Revanth Reddy. Otherwise, it could be someone else. It could be Uttam Kumar Reddy. It could also be Bhatti, the leader of opposition previously for Congress in Telangana. So we'll have to see really how this plays out. I want to take this across to Nagarjun Dwarkanath for more details. Naga, what are you really picking up from your sources? We understand that the opinion of all MLAs have been sought. DK Shivakumar is now headed to the national capital, but is it going to be Revanth Reddy? Were all of the MLAs in favour of him previously?
Well, all 64 MLAs one-on-one opinion was taken starting from 1 p.m. till 4 p.m. by both Manikrao Thakare, who is in charge of Telangana Congress, as well as DK Shivakumar, who is being sent as an observer from the High Command. And what we are picking up from our sources is that many votes have come for Revanth Reddy. So I am going to stick my neck out and say that maybe a prophecy that next Telangana Chief Minister is likely to be Revanth Reddy, because he's the front runner is what we have been told. But to accommodate others, what is the formula? Will they have a rotational chair, or will they have deputy chief ministers? Who would be in the cabinet? And if this oath-taking ceremony would just be the chief minister taking oath, or would there be other cabinet members? These are the opinions that would be discussed with AICC President Mallikarjun Kharge, former President Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi. So both Manikrao Thakare and DK Shivakumar have taken a sealed envelope with all the opinions of the MLAs to the High Command. Now the action shifts in Kharge's residence, and for the next couple of days, I think there'll be more negotiations. Leaders might be called to Delhi to convince them, saying this is the formula that the High Command has come out with, and maybe once again it's like the Karnataka Congress drama re-happening once again. Next 2 days there will be a lot of action in terms of who will be the chief minister.
Correct.
I think, but with all my sources, Revanth Reddy is in the lead today.
You know, it's unlike Karnataka in the sense that there you had two powerful leaders, Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar, and both had an equal chance. You're right, Nagarjun, in saying that here Revanth Reddy definitely has the edge. But will we see both Uttam Kumar Reddy and Bhatti Vikram Arka being made as deputy chief ministers to kind of accommodate them? The formula here is perhaps the biggest question mark. Thanks very much, Nagarjun, for getting us all of those details. In the last 24 hours, since the decisive win by the Congress here in Telangana, since the celebrations, it's been back to the drawing board. You've seen meeting after meeting taking place, including a legislative party meet that took place here in Gachibowli of Hyderabad, where MLAs came together, passed a one-line resolution saying the High Command will have the final say on who will be the Chief Minister. And that was followed by a procedure where DK Shivakumar and Manikrao Thakare, who's in charge of Telangana for the Congress, took down the opinion of all of the 64 Congress MLAs. Their opinion was sought. They were all mentioned who they believe should be the Chief Minister. Largely three contenders, as I mentioned. Revanth Reddy, of course, is in the lead. Uttam Kumar Reddy, and you have Bhatti Vikram Arka, who are right now in the running as well. So if it's not Revanth Reddy, it's most definitely going to be a big surprise. But if MLAs have said so, then you never know what could really play out.
It was being proposed by our PCC President, Mr. Revanth Reddy. This authorization will be sent to the AICC President, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, and all of them decided whatever the AICC President and the High Command decide. We will inform you. We are in a process. We also will meet all the legislators independently, seek their opinion, but still they have given their opinion that it should go to High Command, but still we will speak to all of them.
That will be, they have authorized All India Congress President, all the respected MLAs have authorized a single point resolution. The decision has left it to the President of All India Congress Committee, Sri Kharge.
Let me take this across to Abdul Bashir for more details. So Abdul, you've got the Congress maintaining that they're following due process. You know, from day one, when you ask them who's going to be the Chief Minister if you win, they said the High Command will take a call. But is there any question here of any rumblings, or is it going to be absolutely smooth? Are there MLAs who kind of dissent with each other? Is there any sort of internal tussle that could complicate this?
Well, what we are learning is the three leaders that you have mentioned. One is Revanth Reddy, who has been on the front row since the time of election campaigning, to taking the party to a new height where it has reached to this place where they are set to form government. You have Uttam Kumar Reddy, who is a former PCC chief. He has 7 times won consecutively in the recent 7 elections. We have Revanth Reddy, he's a former speaker, and also he's a CLP leader. So these three are said to be in the race. What we are getting to know through our sources is that Revanth Reddy has, is one person who is right now in the front as a front runner in the race, but also Batti Vikramarka is the second in the race, is what we are getting to know. What is the situation? What in Hyderabad, what we see is that Raj Bhavan, right now I'm in front of Raj Bhavan, where the preparations for swearing in ceremony have been made at Raj Bhavan. Followers have gathered. A lot of drama that you can see here for the swearing in ceremony of Chief Ministerial candidate for the state of Telangana. But AICC, Chief Mallikarjun Kharge is yet to decide on who will be the Chief Minister of Karnataka, Chief Minister of Telangana. But here what we see is that people demanding here that Revanth be the Chief Minister. All this drama that you can see live right in front of Raj Bhavan, where preparations have been made. Heavy police deployment can be seen at this point here. And, the whole drama that you see here is regarding the Chief Ministerial candidate, who will be the Chief Minister of Telangana state. So what we understand is there is no such, conflict between the leaders. There is a good understanding is what we are getting to know. It is just that the AICC has to decide as to who will be the Chief Minister. Earlier we have seen when Revanth Reddy was elected as the PCC president, then there were certain senior leaders in the Congress party who had objection. We have seen allegations against Revanth Reddy during the distribution of tickets as well. But he had not, responded them.
But that's
he had,
perhaps
fought
the past. Now
gave a
it
clear
doesn't look like
understanding
there's any
about
sort
what
of
his
dissent,
position
as
is.
you pointed out as well, Abdul. You can see that outside the Raj Bhavan, there's a lot of security and a lot of Congress supporters have gathered. And that's because there were many channels who jumped the gun and said, today you're going to see a swearing-in ceremony. So here on India Today, we kind of ensure that we only put out verified reports for you. Didn't fall for any of those suggestive reports that said that today there's going to be a swearing-in ceremony. We can confirm for you there's no such thing. The High Command is yet to decide. DK Shivakumar is headed to Delhi, and then there will be a meeting, after which there'll be an announcement, perhaps tomorrow, perhaps a day after as well. Thanks very much, Abdul Bashir, for joining us with those details. But there's no doubt in anyone's mind right now that the front runner for the CM post is Revanth Reddy. I was at the Congress office yesterday, and soon after the victory, there was all sorts of support coming in for Revanth. He entered into the Congress office to a hero's welcome. People there were celebrating to songs that were praising Revanth Reddy. So there's no doubt he's the front runner, also because he's largely been given credit for what the Congress has pulled off here in the state of Telangana.
Revanth Reddy is the ultimate crowd puller. They came in tens of thousands to attend his rallies and to hear him speak. The Congress campaign in Telangana was led by an import from the Telugu Desam, who started his political career with the BJP youth wing. There were doubts on whether the crowds will translate to votes. Well, that has been put to rest now. Under Revanth Reddy's leadership, the Congress has toppled K. Chandrasekhar Rao, the Chief Minister, for 10 years, giving the Grand Old Party its only victory in the current round of elections.
This is the win of the people of Telangana. People of Telangana has paid their gratitude to Sonia Gandhi for giving them the Telangana. They have seen the last 10 years rule. They are fed up with the rule. They have decided that there should be a change, and change for a progress, change for a development, change for a gratitude.
While the 54-year-old was the de facto face of the Congress in Telangana, a decision on who will be the next Chief Minister is yet to be taken.
आज कांग्रेस पार्टी तेलंगाना में सरकार बनाने जा रही है। जिस तरीके से, जिस उद्देश्य से रेवंत रेड्डी जी के नेतृत्व में, पीसीसी के नेतृत्व में आज जीत के और हम बड़े हैं, जो मकसद से जनता ने जितवाया है, वो कांग्रेस पार्टी पूरी करने की कोशिश करेंगे।
The Bharat Rashtra Samiti has conceded defeat. It now faces the challenge of saving its turf from a rising BJP.
इस बार हमें जो रिजल्ट चाहिए था वो नहीं मिला, पर कोई बात नहीं, हम हमारा काम जारी रखेंगे। हमारे जो लीडर हैं केसीआर सर, उनके लीडरशिप में we will continue to strive for the greater good, for the benefit of the people of Telangana.
For the BJP, the south remains a bridge too far, but it has increased its tally in Telangana. Its candidate Kattipalli Venkata Ramana won Kamareddy, defeating both KCR and Revanth Reddy. The victory in Telangana will give the Congress some consolation after the whitewash it faced in the Hindi heartland. The Grand Old Party will hope the win in Telangana will be a springboard for growth in states like Andhra Pradesh and Odisha, currently ruled by non-BJP states.
The celebrations here in Hyderabad, in the Congress headquarters, is one, yes, over the win of the Congress, but secondly also to celebrate this man right here, Revanth Reddy. He's turned into a superstar figure of sorts here in Telangana. The song you just heard, heaping praises on him. His rallies were indicative of a sort of powerful figure emerging in Telangana politics. And it's turned out to be right. He's managed to bring down KCR, who was referred to very often as the Telangana Tiger. Make no mistake, it was a collective Congress leadership that ensured this win. But the biggest factor, the one man who made it possible, is Revanth Reddy. Now, of course, we'll have to wait and watch to see if he is officially named as the Chief Minister too. With video journalist Shivamurthy, this is Akshita Nandagopal reporting from the Congress office in Hyderabad for India Today. Meanwhile, as it's all about celebration and choosing the next Chief Minister for Congress here in Telangana, the BRS has gone back to the drawing board, introspecting on exactly what went wrong. And while we'll get to a bunch of reactions, I want you to take a look also at this post by KT Ramarao. He had posted first yesterday early in the morning a picture of himself aiming with a gun saying hat-trick loading 3.0. And now he's put out a post saying this one ain't going to age well, missed the mark. Very sporting, of course, of KTR, who's also said that, yes, we humbly accept this verdict and concede defeat. Let's take a look at what BRS leaders have had to say since the results came out.
I've been talking, so actually I have jotted down our failings, the wantings, what exactly people wanted, which we could not provide, or what we failed, the expectation. So this is what exactly it is. Unless I tell it, I will not be able to tell why I failed. But we did fail. We have failed. There is no doubt on that. So I need to study it and tell you. But one thing I tell you, my own study says, you see, people always want democracy. They want the majority to rule. Then they want participatory democracy. They say not only the majority, we should be part of the development that we are doing, part of the governance. So we also should matter. Now it is an evolving concept, democracy. They now want a partnership democracy.
इधर जो सिटिंग चीफ मिनिस्टर थे वो टीआरएस का चीफ मिनिस्टर कैंडिडेट भी थे केसीआर और कांग्रेस पार्टी का प्रदेश अध्यक्ष और जो सीएम का दावा करते हैं रेवंत रेड्डी जी, उस दोनों को हराकर इस कामारेड्डी में बीजेपी का झंडा लहरा है। ये जेंट किलर है। कामारेड्डी को कभी भी जो भी जरूरत पड़े भारतीय जनता पार्टी पूरा फुलफिल करेंगे और कामारेड्डी विकास के लिए सरकार से जो भी सरकार रहेगा, अभी कांग्रेस सरकार आने वाला है, उससे भी लड़कर कामारेड्डी विकास के रास्ते पे ले जाने के लिए पूरा प्रयास करेंगे।
And you just heard now from the Telangana BJP chief, G. Kishan Reddy, speaking on the Kamareddy battle. If there's one fight that both Revanth Reddy and KCR lost, it was the fight for Kamareddy, a seat that is new to both of them, chosen by KCR because of some strategic reason, with talks that he wanted to kind of shift his MP base also, and then followed by Revanth Reddy, who said, I will take on KCR in that seat. It was always considered to be a fight between these two powerhouses. And then, surprise of surprises, you had the BJP candidate winning, a man who is from the Kamareddy soil. Kattipalli Venkataramana Reddy has won the Kamareddy seat, which is why he is being referred to as a giant slayer here in the Telangana election.
मैं उन लोगों को टीआरएस कैंडिडेट का और कांग्रेस कैंडिडेट का हिसाब से ही देख रहा हूँ. 101%, not in 100, 101% from the beginning.
Confident in his words, the 53-year-old BJP leader pulled it through with aplomb. K. Venkataramana Reddy of the BJP emerged victorious in Telangana's prestigious Kamareddy constituency, defeating the outgoing Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao and the CM-in-waiting Revanth Reddy of Congress, although KCR won Gajwel and Revanth Reddy secured the Kodangal Assembly seat. However, K. Venkataramana Reddy's triumph in Kamareddy labelled him as the BJP's giant slayer in Telangana. A businessman turned politician with declared assets exceeding 49 crore rupees. He joined the BJP in 2018. K. Venkataramana Reddy entered politics as a Congress member of the Mandal Parishad Territorial Council during the YS Rajashekara Reddy government in 2004. Subsequently, he became a Zilla Parishad Territorial Council member and served as Zilla Parishad chairperson. K. Venkataramana Reddy parted ways with Congress following YSR's death. In 2023, he defeated his nearest rival, the powerful KCR, with a margin of more than 6,700 votes in Kamareddy. Bureau Report, India Today.
And hear from the giant slayer himself on how he pulled off the spectacular win against KCR and Revanth Reddy. Here's Rahul Kaval in conversation with Venkataramana Reddy.
Welcome to India Today, and oh my God, what a fabulous performance to beat the two biggest chief ministerial candidates in Telangana is a very big achievement. मैं बीजेपी के एक बहुत सीनियर लीडर से बात कर रहा था. चुनाव से कई दिन पहले उन्होंने बोल दिया था कि तुम देख लो कामारेड्डी में हमारा रेड्डी जीतेगा, और एकदम वैसा ही हुआ. आपको लग रहा था कि आपकी ये परफॉर्मेंस रह सकती है, या आप भी बाकी देश की तरह सरप्राइज है कि अरे जो आदमी सीएम बनने वाला है उसको भी हरा दिया, जो पिछला सीएम था उसको भी हरा दिया आपने?
जी जी, अभी दोनों आके कामारेड्डी में खड़े हुए, यहाँ पे जीते आने के बाद एक हाथ मिलाए तो वोटा आते बोल के देख लिया, लेकिन दोनों आके फंस गए हमारा जाल में. यहाँ पे आके देखा, 5 साल से काम कर रहा हूँ यहाँ पे, हर मिनट हर पल मैं जनता के साथ हूँ. जो समस्या वहां पे एक्सपोज होता, वो समस्या को परिष्कार करने के लिए मैं रेडी रहता था. जहां समस्या क्रिएट हुए तो वहां जाके मैं लड़ता था. अगेंस्ट गवर्नमेंट मैं जनता के लिए एंटी गवर्नमेंट एजुटेशन पूरा ले लिया था. उसके साथ में हर पल हर मिनट में रहता था. कोरोना में है 18 दिसंबर 11 से 2018 दिसंबर 11 से मैं एक दिन भी कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी छोड़ के नहीं गया, एक्सेप्ट पार्टी मीटिंग्स. जो भी है पार्टी मीटिंग्स है तो मैं जाता था, पार्टी मीटिंग को जाके आता था. हमारा घर में फंक्शन है तो भी 10 मिनट के ज्यादा घर में भी नहीं बैठे, सब जनता के साथ में था. जनता का भरोसा इतना किया.
Okay, so that was, in fact, the exclusive conversation with Mr. Reddy, who pulled off that big surprise. The BJP overall happy with their performance. They've doubled their vote share, reaching 13.6, about 14%, you could say, here in the state of Telangana, and hoping that it's indicative of a better performance in the next election and, of course, in 2024. That's all we have time for on this broadcast. Thanks very much for tuning in. We're going to continue, of course, keeping a close eye on all the updates coming in from Telangana and on who will be the next Chief Minister. You can catch all the latest here on India Today as always.